Just spoke with a former student, Alexa Medic. She actually walked down the hall with the accused shooter, Nicholas Cruz, after she heard shots fired. She said, "Hey, Nicholas," this is what she told me on camera. We will have it for our 10 o'clock show. She said, "Hey, I just heard shots fired. I'm surprised it wasn't you." Just kidding, like that. He had this reaction, "What?" And then they parted ways. She said, "I heard more shots after that." She thinks there was a second shooter.
There was obviously definitely another shooter involved, but...
Oh, you think he was not the only one?
No, definitely not.
Why do you say that?
Because when shots were fired, I saw him after the fact. So, and the shots were coming from the other part of the building. So there definitely had to be two shooters involved.
No, at this point we have no evidence that there's been more than one shooter.
So you think there was more than? Do you think there was more than one shooter? There's three shooters. There's three shooters.
Actually, was speaking to the suspect, Nicholas Cruz. He was trouble in middle school, so I kind of joked to him about it and said, "I'm surprised you weren't the one who did it," and he just gave me a huh. So that's really what happened. Yes, sir, with him.
Weren't you scared?
In the moment I wasn't, because there was obviously definitely another shooter involved, but...
Oh, you think he was not the only one?
No.
There would be a fake shooting to see how the students would prepare for it and stuff like that.
Everyone predicted it. That's crazy.
Well, he must have come onto campus then, right?
Yeah, he was on the third floor. He knows the school layout. He knows where everyone would be at as of right now. He's been in his fire drills. He's prepared for this stuff.
Gun-wise, I don't think there's any way to prevent it. You outlaw guns, just creates higher demand for it. I think it has to do with mental health, though. If he's been expelled 3 different times from 3 different schools, I think he should be helped out.
So basically, we went over a code red, which is gun on campus. We went over that about a month ago, and there was rumors going around the school that there would be a fake shooting to see how the students would prepare for it and stuff like that.
It's well orchestrated and planned.
It's just like a moment that you just will never forget.
It was always like that kid that he didn't really have a lot of friends.
Everyone was really confused because we thought it was another fire drill or the fake fire drill that they doing. I really hope this isn't real.
So
yeah,
we're so sorry about that, Samantha. So sorry.
So they started shooting from the first floor up, because there's only 2 exits in the freshman building, so everybody started running to the other exits, but that's when the other shooter started coming up. So everybody, and then I thank God to this teacher who opened up her door, and all of a sudden she got shot in the arm trying to open the door, and then the other teacher, he got shot in the head trying to cut the other students, and it was an hour, it felt like years waiting for them. And then after all that, we finally got out, and they started yelling at us to keep focused and to pay attention ahead, the army people, because they didn't want us to see the bodies that they hid in the corner. They were putting hats over them so we wouldn't see them, but there was dust all over the floor from the thing they threw in there. They were trying to. So you think there was more than? Do you think there was more than one?
There's 3 shooters.
We're children. You guys are the adults. You need to take some action.
We had a fire drill this morning, and then at the end of the class, it was around 2:35, we had another drill, or we had the fire alarm. And as we were getting ready to evacuate, somebody on the intercom said that teachers and students had to evacuate, and I guess that's when I knew something serious was happening. I didn't know if it was a fire or something else, but then after that, we got outside, and we heard the pops, like she said, and
running, and everyone was we all thought it was a fire drill because we had one previously today, and we thought it was that, so no one was that nervous. But then when word started going around that it was shots and not just something else, then everyone just started running towards the canal.
and in the hallway saw a big pile of blood kind of smeared as if they were dragged away, and I saw 2 girls probably dead in the hallway, and then coming down the stairs there was some more blood. And outside of the building, there was another guy, and I think it was a teacher who was pretty sure was dead outside.
And what did you see, Leah? You said that you were inside, and
I was
the gunshot
inside.
was not just one gunshot.
It was multiple.
How did it sound?
It really loud because it was right outside my door, and I saw basically the same thing as her, and there was just a lot of blood everywhere, and there's bodies kind of just everywhere.
You saw a lot of bodies?
Yeah, there was I think there was 4 of them.
When the police let us out, there was dead bodies everywhere. There was 2 there, and then when I kept walking down, there was more. It was just scary.
We were just in class waiting, doing notes and talking about our project, and the fire alarm goes for the second time in the same day, which is weird. So we all just go out to the field like we're supposed to, and then I hear gunshots. You can tell,
and then usually,
it's definitely gunshots.
Yeah. Usually whenever a fire alarm goes off, it's usually just culinary, an accident or nothing, but it was really odd to have 2 fire alarms in one day.
Thought it was a drill. We actually had a fire drill this morning, so it was very weird to witness that, oh, another one's going off. Very creepy. Why is another one going off? And then all of a sudden we hear one of our student government teachers say, run as fast as you can, and we hear a gunshot.
We were all just sushing each other, shut up, just suck it up if you're crying, because we're not trying to get shot. Because he was in the hallway yelling, hey, hey, trying to taunt us and get us to say things, trying to get us outside. And that's when some other kid, he ran out because he thought it was free, but he got shot, and then we heard the groaning outside, and we couldn't do anything.
So the shooter, tell me, besides, hey, what was he saying during
He
all
wasn't
this?
doing anything. He was legit, he just ran up the stairs, started shooting, and you could see a bunch of kids just going down that way, but stopping, because the other shooter was coming. So everybody was
screaming and stuff?
Everybody was trampling each other, because they were like, hey, do you hear that loud banging sound? And we all thought it was some kid joking on the stairwell, because they're hollow, so you could just hit a stick and it sounds like it. But then we all were like, oh, this is real, so we all just started running. It was really...
Saw blood everywhere.
Watch Nicholas Cruz being taken from the hospital now to the jail. We're
spoke to another student here. Today was a fire drill. They had a fire drill and also a gun arm drill supposed to be today. And so
goes off. We thought it was a drill. We already had one earlier this morning, but we didn't think of it as. We all evacuated as we've been doing every time we have a fire drill. So we evacuated because the position of my class is close to the evacuation spot. So we were one of the first students to get to the evacuation spot. So we were waiting, and then we heard gunshots.
Life is really precious. Anything can happen within seconds, and we all have to treat each other with love and respect and kindness, because whatever caused this, it was caused by hate, pure confusion, and my sympathy goes out for the individual that did this, because obviously he was really wronged in a way, and he was obviously mistreated, and that just shows you that we all have to care for each other.